What's up, nerds and nerdettes? It's Edwin back again for Strictly Comics. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching these fantastic comic book reviews. It sounds so corny. What we're reviewing now is The Wake, number 3, written by Scott Snyder and art done by Sean Murphy. What the heck is going on in The Wake? Is it a caveman that we're dealing with? Is it a horrifying fish man? What's going on? I'll say right off the bat that this book is really good, you guys. As I started out reading, I was a little lost at times. Nevertheless, this comic is good. In the first page, we see this meteor hit the planet Mars some 3.8 billion years ago, which has me totally lost. We see birds talking, people's arms flying off, and everyone who comes in contact with this sea creature starts to hallucinate. In this comic, we see that the sea monster is loose. It got out of its containment tube. It's terrifying everyone, while at the same time it appears to be trying to find a way out. Also, at the same time, the scientists and crew workers who are still in this underwater vessel are trying to find a way out while trying to stay alive from the sea creature. The comic reminds me of that shark movie, The Deep Blue Sea, where these genetically altered sharks, engineered with higher intelligence, swims around in this underwater barge trying to eat everyone. The main character, the marine biologist woman, she starts to make sense of the sound that the sea creature is making. And at the end of this book, they get out and look up in the water, and you see what they see, and you freak the heck out. I can't tell you what happens, but you have to read this book if you are not already. The artwork is still good in this comic and is very fitting for the story. Here's the panel where there's kind of like some hallucinating going on while she has this guy's arm that kind of fell off. Don't really know how that happened, but when you're reading it, you're like, what the heck? My only gripe, you guys, about this comic is that it's only 19 to 20 pages long, which is a significant blow, in my opinion, to my rating of this comic. If it hadn't been for that, this book would have easily gotten a 5 out of 5 rating. Instead, just a 4 out of 5. Let me know what you guys think. Comment below. Let a nerd know. Next, you guys, dun, 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 dun. Tom Strong and the Planet of Peril, issue number 1, written by Peter Hogan and art by Chris Sprouse. So what the heck is Tom Strong and the Planet of Peril all about? Let's see. First, I gotta say that this book is awesome. It starts out with Tom Strong carrying a pregnant woman who is his daughter to an emergency room for scanning and testing. Tom's daughter is pregnant by a guy named Val, who is kind of like the Human Torch, so he's made of fire. Tom finds out that the baby, even though it is still in the mother's womb, is taking on the powers of its father, Val. If the baby's powers manifest, then it puts the life of the mother at risk and will eventually end up killing her. So the doctor has to keep the mother and the baby sedated, but he can only do so for a short period, approximately around like 2 weeks. So Tom Strong has the idea of making his daughter indestructible by using something called Allison, which is an elixir, a magical potion that gives the user almost unlimited powers. But he has to travel to a planet called Terra Obscura, which is on the far side of the Milky Way, to get it. Tom lays out the plan to the rest of the family. Val, the father of the baby, decides to go with him. Some parts that I liked about this book: the family is interracial, which you don't really see a whole lot of that in comics nowadays. Tom is white and his wife is black. Also, Tom is expected to be gone for like 7 to 10 days, and he references to his need of getting some supplies. He's like, I gotta get some comic books, which I found was hilarious. The artwork is good, again, kind of DC-esque, nothing great, but it wasn't crappy either. It did do a good job of telling the story. Here's the panel right here where you see they're doing testing and kind of an infrared test on the mother and the unborn baby, and the heat is just getting really, really hot within the mother's stomach. So they have to kind of settle down, her as well as the baby. This book is a definite must-have and is highly recommended, you guys. I went into this comic and this review with an open mind, not really knowing what to expect. I give this book a 4.5 out of 5 rating. Check it out. As always, you guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share. Keep God first in your life. Enjoy your comic books, though, and God bless you guys. I'm out of here.